Good evening, everyone. It is 7 o'clock. We're going to call the meeting to order. If you've not signed in for our guest sheet back there, please do so. Could I get a roll call, please?
Call roll, Ms. Colvin.
Here.
Mr. Patrick.
Here.
Mr. Jacobs.
Here.
All present and accounted for.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Could I get a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
And I'll second Andy's motion.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
September 20th. Any additions, removals, or disclosures from the posted agenda?
I did add resolution number 2022-66.
Yes. Thank you.
I do not have any.
Okay, welcome everyone. Citizens' comments. Hearing none. Road Department report. Good evening, Mr. Cameron.
Good evening, board. Didn't get the opportunity last week. Been running pretty hot and heavy with some projects, but so I've got a verbal for you this evening. Just some updates. We worked here at the administration building, tidying up some projects that we've had on the radar. Later on this week, we'll get on intersection patrol, so all the drunken Harley riders won't wipe out the intersections, and hopefully we can keep the ambulances in the house where they belong. We did start on the bank stabilization for down in Dakin's Hollow today, putting in some wire baskets. Hope to get that finished up tomorrow, and almost, the end is in sight with bushwhacking, getting cleaned up and finished up with that. And I did get a text message this morning from my rep at John Deere, and the tractor is en route from the factory to Lebanon. So however long it takes to get from south of the border to Lebanon, Ohio. So hopefully by the end of the week and first of next week. Other than that, I don't have anything else, so unless you all have something you need to pass along to me.
All equipment up?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, we're at 100%.
All right.
So, yeah, 'tis the season for the clean out of people's houses. Yeah, we've been busy picking up chairs, mattresses, couches, you name it. So, 'tis the season. It usually happens around this time of year, so.
Thanks for getting that deer in front of my house a week or so ago.
Oh, we got that, the deputy put that one down. They called me and
Yeah.
said the deputy was en route, and so I gave him a little while,
Yeah.
and he put it down, and we went down and got it up. I'm assuming that was one of the quote-unquote zombie deer,
They
so.
seem a little odd.
But I haven't, that's been kind of
It's over.
calming down, it's calming down
Yeah.
around here.
That's
lately.
another thing my brother called him.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, it is.
He actually saw land in the ditch.
Yes, he did call me on that one or text me, and but then right after he called, the comm center called me and said that the deputy was en route to put it down, so we paid the deputy a couple hours to clean his gun and fill out the paperwork that morning. So, but at any rate, that's all I have.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Cameron.
Thank you.
Fire Department report. Good evening, Chief Sheriff.
Good evening. I emailed out updated run numbers and September reports on Saturday night. I got in there too early and did it messed up, so I didn't include one of them. I had to send it out later. I sent two twice. So. Other than that, really, the State Fire Marshal's roundtable was real interesting. I mean, what they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to
That's
that.
it.
It was
Pretty
good.
There's a lot of agencies that really hurting.
Yeah, there are.
So,
We felt a little fortunate, but,
Yeah, I told him, I said,
Yeah.
I just sort of feel ashamed to tell you our situation, and, I mean, one guy, 30 square miles, and, what do you say, 3,400 runs, fire only,
yeah, 45,000
45,000
a year.
a year.
Fire only though, but still, that's a lot of square mileage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Budget only.
they pay nothing to their people.
Green Hills was 1.7 square miles,
Yeah, it was tiny,
and
but,
they do like, it's only fire only, and
were they fire? I thought they were both.
I thought it was fire only, but they, like, $200,000.
Yeah,
And then the guy, I don't know who the guy was from Raleigh Township,
yeah, the trustee,
he
yeah.
was having a problem with a levy or something. But there wasn't much participation locally, us in Franklin Township was the one there.
Yeah, Clear Creek was there.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
there, Chiefs Association, Southwest Ohio Fire Chiefs, and
Figure that.
It was good to hear some of the suggestions, so, like, for one thing, they suggested possibly for volunteer firefighters to maybe give them a tax break, you know, a state tax break or something, or, you know, if
That's
it's.
a good idea. That had been talked about before, I believe.
They say it's probably gonna be some legislation that has to
Yeah.
happen, so,
and they want more of it done on the local level than on the state level.
yeah.
And then there was, the guy from Clinton County EMA was asking if there was any incentives for businesses that would allow their employees to leave
Right,
and still continue to pay them and get some type of tax break. So they
Okay.
talked that, so it'll be interesting what all comes out of it.
Interesting.
yeah.
There's just such a wide spectrum of, you know, areas.
I imagine.
Really, that's, I think we got one sauerkraut mode, we got the two in resolution, just information, there's fireworks at the hill climb at 1 PM on Sunday. We're doing 75 3-inch salutes because it's some special year for them. And like I said, the new squad's getting better and all that stuff, so.
Yeah, we have to have a little ceremony. With the champagne.
We don't have a cot, but that's, you know,
Fine.
it's not ready to go in service or nothing like that. And that's really all I got until we get to the legislation.
Any other questions? Any other questions for Chief?
No.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
It's been a crazy 2 weeks, I can tell you that.
Well, it's probably gonna get worse before it gets better, Chief.
Get through this weekend.
Okay, zoning department report, Ms. Looney, good evening.
Good evening. I don't have anything really to add, except that the magazine was dropped off today, so it should be in mailboxes tomorrow, and that BZA listing I have there is for I have for a variance there, but it's for an addition, front yard setback variance.
Any questions for Ms. Looney? Hearing none. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
And administrators report, good evening, Mr. Edwards.
Good evening, board. Daryl had his BWC audit, and we think that we received a check today from BWC. And we think it's a result of the audit, so some overpayment. If not, which would surprisingly was pretty quick. The last audit that would actually BWC done on us was back in 2011, and that was for years 2008 and 9. I think Daryl, we learned that there are a couple things that we weren't doing exactly the way that they wanted.
Yes, it's the reporting of the part-time and fire members with reporting on the emergency side that with volunteers, and it should have been on the, kind of like all the management, it's on the management side because they're actually spending time at the fire station waiting for the calls, she said.
So we get the cheaper rate.
That's even better.
Heck,
We can
yeah.
change your category to get cheaper rate.
Right.
The other thing, Waynesville Park Board, met with them at their park board committee, and there's just really kind of they actually got enough people to reinstitute the park board, so they were wanting to try to find out what was available in the community that they needed to maybe work on and so forth, so we went over Bicentennial Park and some of the other activities, and they've got a couple sites that currently aren't being used in the village, but I don't know if they were real keen on those, and so we just went over some things we've done in the past, like work together on concert series in the park, maybe some upkeep or maintenance in the park or something like that. So, but other than that, really, I don't know what came out of it, because I was just there to kind of fill in on my past history. Isaac Park Fall Festival last Saturday was probably the best attendance I think they've had. Nice weather, it was a little breezy, a little chilly, but it always is this time of year. Had tractor breakdown out in the field, so a lot of people, they had 2 shuttles going, taking the tours out to the wetlands and so forth, and one of them broke down, so people had to walk back, but other than that, things went well. Training, sat in on a webinar, it was a national webinar on proactive solutions for sustainable, longer-lasting payments. And Scott was right, they talked a lot about the slurry seal, microsurfacing, different type of rejuvenators and that type of thing. The only big difference was, they said, most asphalt companies will want to sell you asphalt, but if you catch that curve soon enough, the different places on the curve, different things to use. But they were really pushing the fiber additives, and they were talking about how those fibers bridge some of the cracks and so forth and keep them from reflecting back through and that type of thing. So, it was kind of interesting, and most of the people that were on that, at least presenting, were from the West Coast and somewhere in the Midwest. I can't remember what state in the Midwest. But still, it rang true with what we've been doing.
So,
Yeah.
just backed up what our philosophy and what we've been doing.
And they talk about chip seal too, and they talk about how it's not, some communities it's not accepted and so
Right.
forth, but they talked about the value of that.
Right. Stretching that dollar.
And then I just added Scott's Road stuff in there. And then I guess the only else I have is that you guys probably got a copy of the minutes from the Warren County Township Association, and they are going to have their dinner this year. So that'll be on November 10th. I guess a Thursday night at 6 o'clock. And that's all I had. Had a lot of, last 2 weeks really just been a lot of calls on miscellaneous issues, complaints, trees, electric aggregation. Gosh, that seems, I don't know when that's gonna stop, but people open these
It's not
bills.
gonna stop until the price of power comes back down, if and when.
So,
Hold your breath on that one.
Right.
yeah.
Everybody's in the same boat.
Trust me. I like for it to come down too.
That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Edwards.
Thank you.
Any old business? Hearing none. New business, any questions or concerns over the bills?
I have none.
I have none.
Hearing none. Legislation, Resolution 2022-64, accepting the resignation of Chad INGLE from the Wayne Township Fire Department. Chief had explained to us that he had to move and sold his house, so.
Went real fast. He planned to sell it, and then boom, it was gone. So,
Thank you, Mr. INGLE, for your service to our residents. And that being said, I make a motion to adopt Resolution 2022-64.
And I will second that motion.
Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Patrick, second by Mr. Jacobs, to adopt resolution 2022-64. Call roll, they're on. Mr. Patrick,
Yay.
Mr. Jacobs,
Yay.
Ms. Colvin.
Yes.
This resolution is hereby adopted this 4th day of October 2022.
Resolution 2022-65, approve the acceptance and hiring of Joshua D. Carter to the Wayne Township Fire Department as a firefighter EMT in training. Comes from a good family. Chief, you have anything to add about Mr. Carter?
He's got a Warren County Career Center scholarship, which is normal for all the students that go there. They got 3,000 at St. Clair. He did take a pre-test at St. Clair last week. I have not heard if that results are back in to get in the fire class. His fire and EMS, he said he's not sure, see what comes of it. As far as when I asked him about, if he's gonna make a career out of it or whatever, so he just wanted to see what comes of it. Says has lots of free time, not much to do. Asked him about sports, he said he played football in school, but he's not out of school. I asked him about, going to the Warren County Career Center as a high school student as compared to the electrical trades, and he said the cost was too expensive. So that's pretty much it. Other than his family and grandfathers, uncles and dads and stuff like that was all in the apartment, so.
He knows what it's all about, and
All right, do I hear a motion to adopt resolution 2022-65?
I'll make a motion to adopt resolution 2022-65.
And I will second.
Okay, I have a motion by Ms. Colvin, and a second by Mr. Jacobs to adopt resolution 2022-65. Call roll thereon. Mr. Jacobs?
Yay.
Mr. Patrick?
Yay.
Ms. Colvin?
Yes.
This resolution is hereby adopted this 4th day of October 2022.
Resolution 2022-66, resolution approving participation in Region 14 governance structure under the One Ohio Memorandum of Understanding. This is related to something we've discussed a couple of times.
Yeah, well, the first resolution we had back in the spring was to approve accepting the money, being part of the program. The next resolution we had midsummer was appointing that lady to District 14, and then this is resolution. Actually, I should have had it to you before you had the last meeting, but I misread it and thought the county was supposed to pass this governance structure, but it's actually got to be passed by all jurisdictions within all 7 of the counties for Region 14. So I sent out to you in this packet with this resolution a copy of those 7 pages of their memorandum of understanding of their governance. So basically, it's a 21-member board. Each county has 3. I also had an organizational chart, if you saw that. We got representatives from each county on the executive committee, and then you have 3 members from each county, and there's 7 counties in our region.
But this is the one where, we're not getting any money, it's all going to Warren County.
Correct. But in Warren County, or in every county, townships appoint a person, municipalities appoint a person, so we still have representation.
Okay.
Even though we don't get any money, all money that goes directly to county, we still have a voice in what's going on. Depending how involved we get.
All right, any questions about this legislation?
No, nothing further.
Any need for a reading? Good.
We're good.
I make a motion to adopt resolution 2022-66.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Patrick, second by Ms. Colvin to adopt resolution 2022-66. Call roll thereon. Mr. Patrick?
Yay.
Ms. Colvin?
Yes.
Mr. Jacobs?
Yay.
This resolution is hereby adopted this 4th day of October 2022.
Any other new business this evening?
I had papers that, the 2 I didn't get signed last time. William Ziegert, he did pass it to Jody and all that, so his paper's in there along with Josh, both Joshes, 2 Joshes. So,
All right. Any correspondence this evening?
I have 3 pieces of correspondence. One is from, your AgPro dealer in Wilmington. It is a $10 off for the next $20 purchase. So it's good till February 2023, so I'll hand that over to you.
okay, that's not hard.
And from Otarma Service Center, we had the 2022 capital distribution, and we received $1,306.72. And from Eagle CDL Testing, it is offering CDL training. That is in Medway, Ohio.
The county, Warren County Highway Department is all but completed with becoming certified as a training center for CDL driver's license. I've been, well, there's a lot of us that have been patiently waiting for them to get completed on that and get that program up and running so we can. Derek's the only one that doesn't have a CDL at present on the road department, but all the rest of us do, so, but I wanna get him in, as soon as they're up and ready to go. And I know I talked with, my counterpart at Sugar Creek Township to the north, and they have several, they had some turnover, and they have a number of new employees, younger people that are needing there, so hopefully we can, get a class together down there and get those CDLs obtained for those folks, so. But I would like a copy of that if I can get it, Daryl,
Okay.
of that.
Diane, Andy.
Okay. I thought it was, but I want to make sure before I got the Diane.
Okay, any other correspondence?
I got the Autonomous Quarterly newsletter, Paul's newsletter, so whether we have to read it online or look at it.
I got an advanced copy of the Wayne Township magazine, which apparently has a really interesting article about the upcoming fire levies.
Yes, it's a good read.
Any other correspondence? Hearing none, elected officials' comments. Mr. Jacobs, do you have anything?
Just basically just praying for the people down there in Florida, South Carolina, and all the recovery efforts that are going on down there. I got my first chance to go down there towards Atlanta to sit for Georgia Power, and they didn't need us, but there are people down there working hard and getting through the high waters and rebuilding their lives down there, so my thoughts and prayers are with them.
Likewise, truly.
I just want to say I hope we have a safe Sauerkraut Festival and hill climb, and I guess there's some kind of covered bridge tour going on for another motorcycle event also, so I'm sure it'll be coming through our area.
We did see that, yeah. The Waynesville Fall Fest and other fall activities. It is a Renaissance Festival, Sauerkraut Festival. It is a hotbed of fun activity.
Traffic.
Yeah.
Stay away from 73 and 42 wherever possible, and we'll be all right. Okay, no need for work session, no need for executive session. I make a motion to adjourn at 7:23 p.m.
I'll second.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you.